Good morning, good afternoon guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today you join me in the safety of my man cave. Storm Barra has well and truly taken its hold outside and put a stop to what I was going to film today. So instead I'm going to run through my top 5 tips for winter motorcycle storage. This is by no means a definitive or exhaustive list, it's just a list of steps I take every year before I store my bike for the winter. Tip number 1 is to give your bike a good thorough clean from front to back, top to bottom. Spend longer than you normally would, use a good quality motorcycle shampoo or TFR and get into all the areas of the bike that can potentially attract water, muck and dust and cause corrosion. Once the bike is clean, give it a good thorough drying. Again, spend longer than you normally would. I usually nick my wife's hairdryer for this job. She's got one of these ultra powerful things that can turn a cat inside out within 2 seconds flat. Spend longer than you normally would, get into all the areas again that water can pool and cause corrosion. Tip number 2 is once the bike is washed and dry, use a hydrophobic spray on all the naked metal parts of the bike, especially if you've got a lot of chrome. Go over with a lavish spray of this hydrophobic spray, work it in with a cloth or leave it to dry naturally and it should again help prevent corrosion over the cold winter months. Tip number 3 is to check your levels. This sounds a bit strange, it sounds like something you would do at the beginning of the biking season before you take the bike out for the first time. The reason I check the levels is if I check the levels and ensure they're correct, if I come out next year and any of them have dropped, I know I need to look out for a leak. So check the oil level, ensure that's correct, check the coolant level, ensure that's correct. I also brim the fuel to the top of the tank and leave it. I don't add any additives in. I know a lot of people do to try and prevent water build up in the tank. I've never suffered with this, so I don't bother. Brim it and leave it. Tyre pressures, also check tyre pressures and overinflate them. That sounds a bit strange again to overinflate your tyres, but if you overinflate them by 10-15 psi it can prevent perishing and cracking within the tyre sidewalls and then within the tread. That's a well-known trick within the automotive industry. New cars you see on the backs of trucks that are being delivered to car dealerships, they've all got tyres that are well overinflated to 45-50 psi for exactly this reason. Tip number 4 is to hook your battery up to a trickle charger. There are loads on the market. I've got an Oxford charger myself. I've got a couple of them. Hardwire it into the bike, plug it in and leave it. It will condition your battery over the cold winter months and ensure that when you come to start the bike next year it fires up first time. Lastly, use a dust cover. Tip number 5, use a dust cover for the bike. You can pick them up online relatively cheaply. Chuck it over the bike, secure it at the bottom. It will ensure that any dust particles that are floating through the air or any muck do not get onto your freshly cleaned and polished motorcycle over the winter months. It also ensures that if you store your bike in a shed or a garage like I do and you're in and out of this area over the winter months that you're not going to catch any zippers or poppers on the paintwork and leave any nice scratches. So again, 1 to 5. Number 1, clean the bike, make sure it's dried properly. Number 2, use a hydrophobic spray on all the naked metal parts, especially if you've got chromed areas, this will help prevent corrosion. Number 3, check your levels, check your tyre pressures. Number 4, plug your bike into a trickle charger, it will condition your battery. On that note, motorcycle batteries are notoriously bad for failing over cold winter months. So if you do nothing else, plug your bike into a trickle charger over the winter period. And number 5, use a dust cover. It will maintain the look of your bike, so when you pull it out next year it's not covered in dust and you haven't got to clean it again. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, there is more content coming in the very near future. See you in the next one. Bye.